Hello everyone, this is Dante with another 8 Shadow Lenses video and the 4th episode of Wheel of Fate. On the last episode we opened our first shards, got nothing really special, but the wheel decided we should 6-star Sorceress, a rare champion, a pretty bad rare champion. That was a massive disappointment. Today we're gonna see our account's progress so far, some beginner tips since we started a new account all over again, and of course let the wheel decide what we're gonna do next. Before we get into it, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel grow. To begin with, my priority at this point is to do the Arbiter missions, and that is mainly because we have a roadmap just to hit dungeons and get some more resources, because we really do need a lot more resources to ascend our champions. We need gems, we need some gear and some shards, of course. At the moment we only have one 6-star champion, Phoenix, although we haven't managed to fully ascend him at this point. The Spirit Keep is opening again in 2 days, so I'm waiting for it to farm it and get him to 6-star ascension. And with that to finish another Arbiter mission and get past it. Of course our next 6-star is Sorceress. She's already a 5-star for now, and we have a lot of food farmed, and probably today or tomorrow during this CVC we're going to 6-star here. I tried to wait a couple of days and save some resources so I can do all my farming and all my champion training event during the CVC, so I get more resources and more rewards. As we already said, Sorceress is not that great of a champion, but since the wheel decided we should 6-star her, I will 6-star her and book her, so she's ready to build. Because today we're gonna spin a wheel and decide what we're gonna do with her, build her for her CC, for her debuffs to be more specific, or build her as a nuker, for example. We'll see what the wheel decides. More than that, we got Elaine to level 50, Rector Drath is going to level 50. We were lucky enough to get our Diabolist because we were farming stage 3 on Brimstone, and since the last time I opened one Sacred Shard that I got from 3-starring hard campaign, and some ancient shards that I got either from events or clan boss. So with those shards we got a few more epics and rares, which most of them are food, to be honest, for our sorcerers and our better champions. And of course we got our Yuuzhan the Marooned, our first Void champion. We didn't summon any Void shards. He was summoned because of the last fusion. He was the epic in that fusion. Apart from our champions, we are just farming Brimstone Path stage 3 in campaign. We haven't 3-starred Brutal yet, didn't even try, to be honest. Our priority is to 6-star a couple more of champions, so we have a comprehensive team to beat the rest of the content. When it comes to dungeons, we're just farming Arcane Keep and keeps in general as the Arbiter missions suggest, and Spirit Keep mainly, and Force Keep just because of our 6-star champions. Again, when it comes to the rest of the dungeons, we just hit them when the missions needs us to do it. We don't give too much attention to it yet, although it's pretty easy to get to stage 10 or above with our champions. Minotaur's Labyrinth we're farming stage 10 for now, although I believe we could get a bit higher, but I didn't need masteries yet for our next champions. I'm not really sure if I'm going to master Sorceress. We haven't even touched Spider yet. Dragon's Lair, we're just farming stage 10 just because stage 10 has the biggest priority to drop 5-star gear. And we're really lacking on gear, so this is the best place for now, up until we get to stage 16 or stage 20. Fire Knight, again, we haven't touched it yet, it was not needed for the missions. And again, Sun Devil we just touched for a challenge, and I haven't touched Phantom Shogun at all. Let's see if we can do anything here. Early stages should be really easy, to be fair. Although it's negative affinity to our Phoenix, our only 6-star. Although this was a very safe run, because it actually took longer than expected. So that's it for dungeons. Faction Wars, we are a bit behind and haven't done too much. And that's mainly because we didn't actually open our shards since day one, what I wanted to really do. So our champion variety is not that great. Arena, we're just in Silver 2 right now. We have been to Silver 3 but dropped on the last reset yesterday. But we can actually farm some battles and farm some medals pretty easily, to be honest, since we got our 10-meter booster and our arena nukers. Arena, early arena is actually pretty easy if you know what you're doing. No matter if you have legendaries or not. Tag Team Arena, we're just in Bronze 1, farming whatever teams we can, but still too early, we don't have that many champions leveled up yet. On Demon Lord, for now the most we can do is around 2 million per key on hard. We don't have a great team right now, although we have some champions to build. When we are able to level up Coffin Smasher, our decrease attack will be perfect. Somewhere is... where is she? We got from Green Shards Frozen Banshee. If we don't get anything better from Shards, she will be our main damage dealer for Demon Lord, for our main team. And of course we have Ugo that will greatly help us with decreased defense and some healing. And of course our Phoenix, which is already built, leveled up, and hits amazingly hard with his A1. We just opened Doom Tower I think yesterday. We didn't manage to do much on here because of time mainly, but I think we will be able to beat some stages on this rotation. We have a lot of time, 3 weeks is a lot of time, so I believe we will be able to even finish this rotation, if we're lucky with some drops. Before we continue, let's start with our first WheelSpin. Our first WheelSpin will be about Sorceress, of course, our next 6-star, and star of the account as the wheel decided. Let's decide what we're gonna do with her. First choice, put her in every team for 48 hours. Next, build her for damage. Build her for crowd control. She doesn't crowd control, for debuffs, let's say. Give her all your best gear. Make her your main arena nuker for a week. That will be bad. Build her for Demon Lord. So mainly in lifesteal gear and some damage. So let's spin. Build for debuffs. That means we're going to prioritize speed and accuracy. so we can actually place her debuffs. She has decreased speed and decreased defense, so it is not too bad. Before we get into more WheelSpins and in our own account, I want to give some tips for new players. Because it is a new account, we don't have a great start, we don't have legendaries or great gear and resources, because that's what the wheel decided. So it is, I think, a perfect account to give advice on to what you're going to do, what you should do to upgrade your account and get the best out of your account mainly. The first I want to say is, when you start playing, if you can get some legendaries with a link account from a content creator, from promo codes like Alice, it's get Alice. You can get, I think, you can still get Sun Wukong, amazing champion. You can get, nowadays the last code I think is Ruark with Tree Hugger. I'm not sure if you can still get the Void Legendary, Supreme Gelek. He's an amazing champion, especially for the beginning. I'm still using him in endgame Hydra. And another one, I think Sigmund, the High Shield. Again, an amazing champion for progression. He's really strong. Why I'm suggesting you should choose a legendary. It is not just because they are legendaries. The great part about starting with legendaries is that you start with a 5-star from the get-go. So you save a lot of time on farming food. And if you get a couple of legendaries or 3 legendaries because of how many promo codes and link codes the player is giving these days, it will be an amazing start, and it will save you at least a couple of weeks of farming to get your actual starter to a 6-star. Apart from that, legendaries have most of the time much greater stats, so they are really much easier to keep alive, especially when you start and you don't have a lot of great gear. And most of the time, again, they have superior skills, like a provoke and a shield. Here, strengthen, he removes shield, he has a passive. If you go to Alice, she can lock champions, she can reset her own skills, she hits really hard, she has an amazing aura. Supreme Gelek is an amazing champion, he has burn, which is very important in most areas of the game. He has block buffs, decreased speed, he can activate his own HP burn. He has his own passives, again much greater aura, double hit on the A1. Next tip, when you choose your starter champion, who to 6-star first. If you have a legendary champion, most often than not, if they can actually hit hard, just 6-star the legendary champion. It doesn't matter if you can book them or not. For example, on our last challenge with Alice, 3 months in, I was using Alice as a farmer very successfully without any books, and she was doing an amazing job. If you don't have legendaries, that is, then the first thing you must check is if your champion has AoE attacks. The more AoE attacks they have, the faster they will farm campaign, so the faster you can farm more food to 6-star more champions. In the long run, they will save you much more time than you can actually realize. For example, Phoenix is a very strong nuker, but most of his utility is on his A1, which is one of the hardest hitting A1s in the game. But he only has 1 AoE. That means that only every 4 turns I can actually hit with an AoE attack. So he's actually a very slow farmer and he's not that great as a first starter champion. Even with a lane that has 2 AoE attacks, it would be much faster, at least half the time, to farm my food. Third tip. In my personal opinion, when you start your account, even if you got your legendary champions from links, from promo codes and whatever, my personal belief is that you have to open all your shards at least in the first week, if not in the first couple of weeks. For me, it is actually very important to at least do that and then start saving your resources, because you have a much better variety of champions, and you know what you have, what you're missing. You start planning your team, who to 6-star next and whatever. It is much easier this way to plan ahead for your teams and to know who to 6-star next, so you have teams for all your content, and of course do more faction wars so you can actually get more resources and more glyphs and whatever. So don't just hold all your shards, especially in the beginning. Tip number 4. Remember that campaign is your best friend in the beginning, the first couple of months especially. The best and most efficient stage to farm XP for your account and for your champions. It's stage 3 on a Brimstone path on Brutal. We always farm stage 3 on Brutal because shields gives us more silver when we sell them, and we get more experience when we farm the last stages of the campaign. Doing a lot of campaign is important for 6-starring champions fast and for leveling up your account fast. 6-starring your champions is the most important thing in the beginning, because the difference between a level 50 and a level 60 champion is actually pretty huge. It makes the world of a difference for you to be able to beat some content or not. And leveling up your account fast is important if you want to open up the rest of the content in the game, because as you can see, a lot of content is actually closed. It is locked and we can't access it. But that means, for example, Altar of Souls is closed, so we can't summon souls, we can't make our champions stronger. So the faster we get to level 42, the faster we can put souls on our champions and make them much stronger. We just opened, because of the level 40 Doom Tower yesterday, so even if we do a couple of stages, we can get a chicken, we can get some glyphs, we can get some gems, energy and other rewards. Care City, again the same, even if we can do 2 stages, it is 2 stages of rewards that we didn't have before. So it is actually pretty important to level up your account and 6-star your champions. Next tip is to try and do as many events and tournaments as you can, because there are many rewards, especially in the beginning. It's actually pretty easy to do many of them, because the points are really tailored to early game accounts. They are not the same as mid-game and end-game accounts. For example, CVC, I waited to be able to do some points here, so I can help the clan do more points and we can get our rewards from here. Because if we are able to get all the rewards, I will be able to get clan gold, so I can get more resources from clan shop. I can get chickens, which are very important in the beginning, epic books, so I can finish booking my Phoenix, everything. Final tip for today is to try not to spread out your resources and your experience, because it is actually really hard to 6-star champions in the beginning. More often than not, it will take you around 1 week to 6-star one champion. So be careful who you 6-star, even who you are going to get to 50. And when you are starting to 6-star champions, do not 6-star more than one champion for the same role. For example, we are going to 6-star one damage dealer, we are going to 6-star one reviver, one debuffer, and so on. I may need no other champion for now. I won't 6-star anyone. I will just farm food, and when I'm ready, or when the need arrives, for example, if I don't have another good attack down champion, I will 6-star Coffin Smasher and put him in Demon Lord. If I don't have another great damage dealer, I will 6-star Frozen Banshee, because she's one of the greatest poisoners in the game for Demon Lord. So that's it for today for tips for beginners. Stay tuned for more in the next episodes. And of course, if you need something specifically for your account, don't be afraid to put some comments below and ask me, and I will try to either reply in the comments below or make a video about it. So let's get back to the fun stuff. The next WheelSPin will be about what our next goal will be for at least the next week. What we're going to prioritize: Dragon, Ice Golem, Demon Lord, Spider, Fire Knight, or try to 3-star Brutal Campaign, which I think will be actually the hardest of them all. Let's see what's up. That will be our priority, along with of course 6-starring more champions. So our next priority when it comes to content is Spider. Let's talk about that for a bit. Spider is a very special boss. You actually need specific champions to actually get to a high stage. But we're going to do what we can with what we have, of course. The first thing we need is damage. We don't have HP burn. So we're going to try with our damage dealers, Elaine and Phoenix. Next thing we need is some crowd control. We do have some provoke from Vogoth. Maybe he will help with either healing and his provoke. And of course I think Rector Drath will be a massive help to get us back to life. For now we're at stage 1. Let's see if we can actually do something more right now. Let's see how hard will it be. I think the first couple of stages we can just power through it, because our Phoenix is actually strong for such early stages. But for example, as I said before, if we had Supreme Gallic here, he could probably solo it until stage 10. He's an amazing champion. He has the HP burn, he can activate it himself. If you put him in some regeneration gear or lifesteal gear, he will be able to stay alive. And of course, if you have more champions with him, he will be able to do all stages up to stage 25 and later on even hard stages. And now it's time for our punishment for the day, Wheel of Suffer again, because the account is going so well till now. Let's see what we got for today. Spend all gems, open all shards, spend all silver, feed a level 30 champion, feed a rare, save a Chimera key with 2 champions. We don't have something too harsh for today, because I'm just feeling really bad since Sorceress. And we have spend all gems. So let's do just that. The best thing we can do with our energy is just buy energy. The best thing we can do with gems, I should say, is to buy energy. We spend as much as we could. So that was our punishment for today. At least we can use the energy and get some more levels to our champions and get some more points for our CVC. So that's it for today. We got our WheelSpins. We are on our way to finish our Sorceress and build new teams. We have our goal for next time to beat Spider and get as far as we can in 1 week. Stay tuned for the next episodes to see what we can do with our account and of course what they will have in store for us. Will it keep punishing us or give us a break and let us progress faster? Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video if you enjoyed it. And of course always don't forget to leave comments below with choices we can put on the wheel. And of course if you need any tips as a beginner. Until next time, take care.